Hello, and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your intuitive healer, your certified personal trainer, and cosmic energy reader, mother, and wife. And I'm here to help you see your best self. I'd like to take a moment to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show. I also like to give a shout out to my sponsors for today. As we have our amazing Sherry Simpson. She is an intuitive business guide. She helps women declutter their junk so they can be the best versions of themselves to help other women transition into their businesses. Then we have Relax with Raquel. Key Mind Chi Therapy, applying massage and essential oils for overall wellness. Then we have Pierre Hughes, our happy herbalist, helping women to transform their mind, body, and spirit holistically. I'd like to take a moment just to share today's energy before we go into our beautiful energy reading for today. As we are on the first day of December 1st, and when we think about that 12 energy, that 1 and 2, this month specifically is all about the new beginnings that we are moving into with partnerships. And when you think about the word partnership, what resonates with you? Is it partnerships in your career? Is it a partnership with yourself? Is it a partnership with your higher self? Or is it partnerships with people around you, whether it be family members, your significant other, a friend, a neighbor, or your children, or your parents? So when we think about that 1 and 2 energy, it brings us into a 3 energy. And that 3 is all about how we are communicating. And interesting enough, that 3 is our collective energy as well, which is what we've been in the entire year of 2019. So when we take those two numbers, the 3 and 3, and add them together, we get a 6 energy. And why I wanted to jump right into that was that 6 is all about how we nurture ourselves and how we heal ourselves. Because before we can heal others or help others heal themselves, we have to heal us first. So let's take that 3 energy, which is a duplicate from the actual month and the actual collective energy. So that 3 is about how we are communicating. How are you actually communicating? Are you communicating in the perspective of listening to other people, or are you communicating where you're looking to answer right away? My suggestion would be take a moment to reflect back and listen to people when they speak, as opposed to being so quick to wanting to give an answer. Perhaps we can get into a space of wanting to learn things from people as opposed to needing to share insight or share your opinion or needing to be right about something. Take a different point on this road here. So when we have that communicating, then it's also what you're creating at the same token. And creating is something we've been talking about a lot here at Paradise Studios, is what it is we are creating, what it is we are communicating. Because it is true, what we speak into our reality. So I want to remind you to be mindful about what it is you are actually listening to, what it is you are speaking about, what it is you are watching, and what it is you're surrounding yourself by. So if you are surrounding yourself with negative conversation, know that you are going to create that into your experience. And ask yourself, do I really want to create this particular situation into my experience? If your answer is no, quickly change the conversation. The same will go with the conversations you have in your head, because after all, you spend all your time with yourself. How often is the conversation you're having, that inner dialogue that you're having, positive? And if it's not, it's perhaps the time right now, this particular moment, to start shifting your thought process so you can start creating what it is you truly want. Because after all, what you think, what you speak, what you watch, what you listen to is what you are creating with that 3 energy. And know that whatever it is we are creating, we are manifesting. Those are the 3s, the 3 of communication, the 3 of creativity, the 3 of manifesting. And that's the energy we are in as of today for the next 31 days of December. What it is we are communicating, what we are creating, and what we are manifesting. So as we move into our new energy of 2020, we'll be able to reflect back in reference to what it is we actually communicated about, how we communicated. Did we change the way we communicate with people? Did we change the way we communicate with ourselves? Because that's really important. And what it is we are creating. And my favorite, what are we manifesting? What are we manifesting? That is my favorite. So with that being said, I'd like to invite you just to close your eyes. Place your feet on the floor if you can. Now, if you're driving, continue driving and just listen. Don't close your eyes. And if you have a question that you'd like to ask yourself, do so. Otherwise, just sit quietly and see what the universe has to offer you regarding guidance for today. Shuffling it up and seeing what's showing up. This is a collective reading, so it's for everybody. Whether you're watching here live or you're watching on the replay, doesn't matter. Let's see what we have for today. Lovely card, our transformation, which I think is appropriate for today's energy, where again, when we really get into that space of becoming more aware of what it is we are communicating about, we can literally transform the different relationships we have with people. Because when we get into that space of really becoming good listeners and not stepping into the space of needing to be right, having a conversation with someone and being open to their perception of whatever the conversation's about and saying, they have a different point of view than I. And that's a really great way of going about things, as opposed to having a conversation or a debate and needing to want to stand your ground to be correct. Because maybe you're not. And sometimes it's a challenge to say that. So be open to that transformation, which is our affirmation for today. When we step into our chakras for today, we're looking at the solar plex. The solar plex is the gut. I like to think of the gut as our first brain, although theoretically we all say it's the second brain. But either way, it's part of our brain. It helps us to think. It helps us to make that connection on a much deeper level. So something I was hearing this week during a live, or maybe I even talked about it myself for all I know, in reference to when we think about our higher self and then our human self, which in theory, it's one of the same. We are spiritual beings living a human experience. And every human experience that we have brings us into the space of stepping closer and closer to becoming a spiritual being again. Because after all, that's what we're all here to do, is to be able to transform to being a better version of who we are. And by being that better version of who we are, we must step into our solar plex and begin to trust the process, step into faith, and step into a space of letting go of our fears and our insecurities and our worries. If we are constantly worrying about things, we're worrying about how this is going to work out, or is this going to work out this way, or am I going to get this, is this going to happen for me? It means we're not trusting the process. So I'm inviting you today to become more mindful of what it is you are thinking about and where your resistance is. And I use the word resistance because if there is resistance going on with you, that means you are blocking the abundance from coming in. So if you have resistance, you're having a block. So I'm inviting you today to become aware of where that's showing up for you. Or are you trusting the process? Or are you saying, okay, I've done this, and now I'm just going to be open to receiving and know that I'm going to receive it in the perfect divine time. Because after all, we as humans believe in time. Everything has to happen in time. This is going to happen in 3 days from now. This is going to happen in 5 days from now. This is going to happen in a year from now. If we just said to ourselves, you know what? This is going to happen now. Just imagine how much magic you can actually make by changing, transforming the way you think of things. That's our big word for today. But being able to trust your process. Now, our number for the day is 18. 1 and 8. That 1 energy is all about the new beginnings as you transform. That 8 is all about the abundance as you begin to trust the process, bringing us into your 9 energy, letting go of what no longer serves so you can step into your transformation. That is our card for today. I'm hoping this resonated. It resonated with me. And should you be interested in receiving your own one-on-one reading, as we are in the holiday season, and it's a great time to get a reading no matter what the reading's for, I am offering discounts on readings, 15% discounts for anyone who's watching today for the month of December. So go ahead and book your reading. And to do so, call me directly, 646-236-9155. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'm hoping my Skype guest will be with me. We'll be right back.
Chi Therapy invites you to relax with Raquel for intuitive therapeutic massage, body work, and energy work. Chakra 1 therapy, essential oil classes, days off mini retreat, aura cleansing, individual and group meditation, and cacao ceremony. We welcome you. Relax with Raquel.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment on today's show. And if you are just tuning in, you missed a big portion of all the energy that's going on right now as we moved into December's energy. This 3 energy, this powerful 3. I love the number 3. It happens to be my energy based on my month, not for December though, for March, but that's okay. It's all the same. And when we think about that 3 energy, when we think about the way it curves, it almost looks like an 8 without the little size there. So it's like, it's almost saying that with this energy of communicating and creating and manifesting, we are stepping into abundance. So that's powerful, powerful energy we have coming in over the next 31 days. And as we move into this energy of the 31 days, and as the card that came up today was all about the solar plex, trusting your intuition. And what I'm going to really pronounce today on, focus on for right now, is the faith. Because we're in December. And I started watching Christmas shows way before December showed up. And December is about the holiday season. It's about magic. It's really about stepping into your faith and believing that everything and anything is possible. And whatever it is you really want to manifest, all you have to do is transform your thinking. Change your thinking. And then you'll be able to change what you're creating in front of you. Because by changing your thinking, you create your reality. And as long as you're focusing in on positive things and the things that you truly want to have in your experience, those things are going to show up. And when there's no resistance, they show up fast. When you have resistance, they take a little time. So do become aware of whether or not there's resistance showing up in your world. And where's it showing? And if there is resistance, change your energy. Change it. It's just that quick. Change it. And just allowing yourself to trust the process, that whatever it is that you're supposed to have in your journey, in your path right now, it's going to flow for you. It's just automatic. You don't really have to do a lot of work for it to happen when you step into that space of faith and trusting the process. So that's that 3 energy and that intuition, and really stepping into that space of feeling secure with yourself. Because that's really where it all comes from. It all stems from how you believe in you. When you believe in you and you're stepping into your confidence as opposed to your fear, you become powerful. When you step into your wisdom and your empowerment, you become magical. And there's no stopping you. You could do anything and everything you want as long as you believe you can. The minute you throw doubt into your sentence is where you throw the poison into your practice. The poison into your practice. Whereas all you got to do is constantly believe that you can, and you definitely will. So what I like you to do, since we are in this 3 energy, I like you to repeat these 3 words. Okay, these 3 affirmations. The first affirmation is, I can. Just say it. I can. And it can apply to anything. The second affirmation is, I am. Say it. I am. And apply it to anything. The third affirmation is, I will. And apply it to anything. And if you focus in on those 3 words, and what we're going to do here is we're going to delete 3 words as well. I want you to delete the following 3 words. And you can say it by doing this. I am releasing. I can't. I should have. What if? We're going to delete those. They're not going to exist in the next 31 days. The only words that's going to exist is I can, I will, I am. And when you get into that space, you become magical. And things start to happen for you instantly. And it will literally blow your mind in reference to how you can really create the things you truly want to have just by changing your own dialogue. Just by changing how you really focus in on the things you truly want. And being more mindful of the things you're listening to, the things you're watching, the things you're surrounding yourself by. So if what you're surrounding by is not raising your vibration and helping your vibing at a higher vibe, then maybe it's time to walk away from it. Doesn't mean you have to completely let it go. Just walk away from it for now so you can get your vibration higher. Because that's what it's all about. The higher your vibration, the higher you're going to attract what it is you want to attract. The lower your energy is, you attract low energy people, things, and places into your life. So become more aware of what it is you're actually doing and create that into your reality. So that's the 3 energy, the 3 energy we have going on for the month of December. And it's such a powerful month when we think about it because that 3 is being made from that 1 in your 2. So that 1 is about the new beginnings that are coming in the month of December. After all, we're 31 days away from a new year. Not only just a new year, a new decade. And I'm so looking forward to sharing about this new year and new decade on my radio show next Wednesday. So remember to tune in on my radio show, Joanne's Cosmic Energy, at, what time is it? On Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. because I'm going to be sharing all about that energy and how you can manifest your deepest desires in that energy as we move into it. So remember to tune in on that. So we have that 1 and the 2 energy. The 2 is about the partnerships that are surrounding us. We're always around partners. There's always somebody we are partnering up with, no matter what the situation is, whether it's a career or personally. There's always someone we are creating things with. So that's the energy that we are in. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, hopefully I'll have my Skype guest here.
Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. As an intuitive business guide, I help female service-based business owners to grow their business using their intuition, helping you to release the blocks and limits preventing your growth and allowing you to get the aligned action steps to take to grow your business. You can reach me at sherry@sherrysimpson.com, SHERRI @sherrysimpson, SIMPSON.com. I look forward to helping you grow your business soon. Namaste.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment. I'm so excited to share my guest today, as let's see if I can get her name right. Noemi Grace. Welcome, yes. welcome. How are you today?
Thank you.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much, Joanne. I'm really excited for our conversation.
Yes. So you are a psychotherapist, a soul healer, and also channel of divine messages, correct?
Yes,
Yes, yes.
it's a lot, but yes.
Yeah,
And an
yeah.
author, if you want to throw that in. So,
What's that?
and I'm also an author, so if you want to throw that in. So
Yes,
I've got quite a lot of hats. But
exactly.
they're
I
all
can't
fun
believe we
hats.
forgot about the author part, which is what brings you on the show to even start with. So,
Yes.
being that you are one of the contributing authors to the 365 series, the Soulful Message series that's just recently came out, I think 2 weeks ago, is it? Is it a week or 2 weeks ago now?
On the 19th, so yeah, a week ago.
Yes, yes. And a powerful book. What is there, over 200 contributors to this book?
Yes,
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 yes.
a lot. And you also were a contributor.
Yes, yes, I am.
Yes, yeah.
And how
So really
many?
great.
Yeah. How many submissions did you contribute to this book?
I actually contributed one because, yeah, I contributed one that was really, really powerful for me. So I could have contributed half a dozen, but I just wanted to just limit myself to that one, to choose that, not to limit in a negative way, but to say, this is what I want to do. I want to put this one forward,
Exactly. Exactly.
and so I did. And it was a very powerful story about how through a dream, and I never remember my dreams. I through a dream that is the only dream I probably remember in the last 10 years, or 20 years, that how I healed my relationship with my parents. And so it was really a profound experience. So I just wanted to share that one thing. And I also wrote my own book this year too, published my first book this year as well.
Beautiful. Was that the book you sent me?
Yes, An
Yes,
Intimate
yes.
Dialogue with God. It was a channeled book.
Yes.
And so I did that this year for the first time, and for my first book. So I had two books come out this year. So that's kind of cool.
That's very powerful. So you had your own actual book and then the contributing book.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I like to do just for the moment is, what inspired you to want to be a contributing author to the 365 series?
Sure. Well, I actually contributed to one of the previous books called 365 Life Shifts.
Oh, okay,
And,
yes.
Yes, and I wrote I talked about how I started to become a channel for divine messages, how on 9/11 I was stuck in a train station, which you read in my book, and I was terrified, and because I'm in the Boston area, and I prayed this prayer, and it just changed me. And so it was through a series of synchronicities, I would say, that I found Jody and Dan way back a few years ago. And so I've become very friendly with them and got to know them very well. So this time when they said they were going to do this and it was going to be their last book, I wanted to contribute again. I just love the energy of the 365 books. I just love the stories that people write, and they're all true, and they're just so uplifting and motivating. For me, it's really beautiful. So.
That it is. And now you have, excuse me, you have contributed to the 365 Soulful Messages and also the 365 Life Shifts.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. And now, in reference to your actual own book, what inspired you to write that?
Okay, so I always liked the idea of being an author, and I actually tried to write a book on 3 separate occasions, and I've got lots of, stuff on data on my computers and stuff about it. But this was a book of channeled messages. So I started to meditate a little over 5 years ago. Every day with my husband, we meditated, and after 6 months of that, I started to receive these messages, and very consistently, and it was really profound. And the first message I actually had received on the elliptical several years ago, when I was like, okay, I'm going to get in shape. I bought an elliptical. I am going to get in shape. I'm going to be fit, and I'm working out, and I'm exercising, and I put on this affirmations recording. go girl, you can do it,
Ah.
you're unstoppable, go girl, and I'm doing this thing with the elliptical, go girl. And then all of a sudden it gets really silent, and I heard, just like at the same volume of the recording, love is the fabric of freedom.
Oh, nice.
Forgiveness paves the way to freedom. You will know when you are free, when there's nothing left to forgive, because you see through the eyes of love.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, and it
That
was
is
just like,
beautiful
this
and
was not
true.
me. I was not in this. I was one of those, oh, love is everything kind of people, and I'm not trying to judge those people, because those people that can live in that place all the time is a wonderful thing, and it's just not how I was living my life at all. And so I was very judgmental about a lot of things, especially over here, number one.
Yes,
And so
yes.
hearing those words really changed me, and it was a few more years, and before I started to receive consistent messages, and I was always wondering, what was this unique experience I had, and what did it have to do with anything? And it was profound, but I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know how to. I thought, yeah, those words make sense. Fabric of freedom. I mean, those are not like how I would normally talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it, and I memorized it, as you can see, and I didn't know what to do with it. And then 3 years later, when I started to meditate, I started to hear these messages, and I'd be in meditation, and I do a meditation, the Deepak Chopra, and sometimes he's got Oprah on there.
Yes.
And they do this 21-day meditation experience, and I still do those. I buy them, and then we do them together, my husband and I. And so I was doing those, and when I got into the mantra, and I was just chanting the mantra inside me, all of a sudden I started to hear, what would I started to hear messages from the divine, and it was really all about self-love and forgiveness and grace, and just these such heart topics that were not things I ever really considered much. And I started to write them. I mean, it was coming like a conversation, and I was just writing on my journal.
Yeah,
and,
I like to call it was being downloaded.
Exactly, that's what I call them, downloads.
Yeah, downloaded. Yes. Now, now for the viewers, so they can have a better understanding, because you and I understand this. But what is what we call channeling? What exactly is channeling?
Okay. So channeling, and you can channel. There are all kinds of channels, right? So some people will channel, like you have Esther Hicks, and she channels a collective called Abraham. That's an aspect of Source, as far as I understand it, of the divine. Mm-hmm. And so you can channel like that. Some people channel angels, archangels. Mm-hmm. And so what you do I channel the divine, and so you become a vessel. You become this container, this channel. Why they call it a channel is, if you think of a channel in a river, right? So there's a channel in this river, and the water is flowing through that channel, and it's coming in and continuing to flow out, and it's just this water moving. And so the channel is that whole container for it. It's the boundaries of the river. It's that, sometimes you get a narrow channel, like in I don't know if you've ever been to like Zion National Park or seen pictures of it, but the walls of it gets really tall walls, and it's very narrow, and it becomes this narrow channel. So that's where it comes from. And so being the channel for anyone that you're communicating, that communication is flowing through you, and it's just coming in and out of you, and it's not something that you filter. It's not something that you sometimes you hear it, sometimes you feel it, but it's coming, and you're not changing it. It's like a river. You don't have time to edit or filter, and it just comes through. And it's a gift to have that. We all have some spiritual gifts, and some people will channel dead people, and they're called mediums. So it's that person just comes through, whoever it is. And for me, it's been the divine and spirit, the universe, the great mystery, whatever you want to call it. Source.
Yes.
I like divine. I don't know. I think I grew up with God, and I still love that, but divine just is how I started to talk to this person that I'm talking to.
Nice.
And
Nice.
yeah.
Excellent. Now, let the viewers know more about what soul healing is.
So soul healing is really, I haven't met many people that call themselves soul healers, and I actually studied with a shaman for many years, a medicine woman.
Okay.
And so in soul healing, it works deeper than psychotherapy, and I am a psychotherapist, so I work with clients, and we work on changing the way you think things, changing your behaviors. And the thought is, if you change the way you think, and you can change your behavior, and eventually you can change how you feel, and
Sure.
and then you change your behavior some more. So so the thing's called cognitive behavioral therapy. Change your mind, change your behavior, and so. But one thing I noticed while I was studying with this person, I've studied with various spiritual teachers, Christian, Buddhist, a whole mix. But when I was studying with this medicine woman, she taught me about the soul, that a lot of times we can't fully heal in the mind and the mental, emotional range,
Yes.
which is where psychotherapy works. And Alberto Villoldo studied with shamans in the high Andes in Peru, and he talks about 4 bodies. The physical body, the mental, emotional body, the soul, and the spirit.
Yes.
And that wherever the problem is in whichever body, you need to also. You can't solve it purely at that level. So if it's a physical, right? If there's a physical problem that's consistent, not that you banged your finger with a hammer, or something, then obviously it's purely physical. But if you have a chronic physical problem, that there's emotional and mental issues that go along with that. And if you can solve those, it's going to help the healing of the physical body. And so again, with the mental emotional challenges that we have, if it's something that is really having a difficult time healing, it's resistant to healing, kind of like the viruses, the bacteria that are resistant to antibiotics.
Yes.
This is an issue that we have that's resistant to healing, is because we need to go at the higher level and go to the soul. And our soul, as I understand it, is our timeless being, through. As I understand it, through many incarnations, but I can work with people on a soul healing level that are just, I'm born, I live, I die. Great.
Interesting.
Because it doesn't matter to me. It's finding those places that where we have been hurt and wounded, where we've had traumas and losses, and in those times we lose part of ourself.
Interesting. Now, what healing modalities do you prefer?
So I love doing this soul healing, and so a lot of times you've probably heard of things like soul retrieval.
Yes.
That's part of soul healing. It's not. It's a big part of it. It's not all of it, but it's a big part of it. And so that's the one aspect of soul healing that a lot of people have heard of, where you go and into your past to a place where you got.
Did we lose her?
Yourself, and you become more whole through that. I also like to do various kinds of energy work, chakra balancing. I love neuroscience, so I do what's called the brain balancing, where I connect the heart. We connect the heart to the base of the brain, the reptilian brain, the limbic system, which is the emotions, and the front of the brain, which is a seat of reasoning, because all of that gets divided up and disconnected in our experience of trauma and loss. And who hasn't had trauma or loss?
Oh, yes.
I don't think it's possible to be human and not have that. It's part of the experience.
Exactly. Let the viewers know how they can reach you.
Sure. I have a website, which is noemigrace.com. So I'll spell it Noemi, and then grace.com. It's one word. And I also have a Facebook page. It's an author page, so if you search on @Noemi Grace Author, you'll find me there. And so I post little nuggets of bite-sized wisdom, and also when I'm interviewed and things. I also have a radio show now, which is a lot of fun on Om Times Radio, and it's called Access to Angels and Grace. And it's 2 Wednesdays a month, so you can find me on Om Times Radio. Go to their website. I do Facebook Lives for them on the Om Times magazine page, so a lot of Om Timesing. But they are just a lovely, lovely organization. Really a beautiful couple that owns that, and they're just so supportive. So I love to connect with people, so you can contact me through my website or through Facebook.
Awesome. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to go into some tips, and also I'm going to be giving a reading to you. Are you open to that reading?
You're going to read me? Oh, yes, that's right. You do that.
Yes, I'm going to give you a reading, an inspirational
I knew that,
reading.
And then I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I'm open to it.
Excellent.
I trust you.
Excellent. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Hello, Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the owner of Holistic Fitness located in Auburndale, Queens, certified personal trainer with 30 plus years experience. I have created body and soul transformation to help with releasing weight, decrease anxiety, decrease stress, decrease physical pain, improve sleep, and help gain confidence and more. To receive a free consultation, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I look forward to working with you. Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just joining in, remember to share, like, and comment on today's show. Now, we're going to be sharing some tips on how you can apply some of what we've just shared, what Naomi have shared with you in reference to maybe soul healing, divine channeling. So, Naomi, take it away.
Okay, so one of the things, and the goal of soul healing eventually is to be able to heal ourselves. And so one of the things that is really important for us is to learn to manage our energy. Before, sometimes we wind up feeling powerless to manage our energy. We can snap at things. We can find ourselves reacting in the same way over and over and over again and feeling like we have no power. And so really one of the things I like to do is to come back to the heart. So when I find myself in that place where if I have a lot of things to do and I feel like there's not enough time, I can get anxious. I can get angst, I call it, a little agitated,
Yes.
a little on edge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like that, recognizing that and just coming back to the heart.
Uh-huh.
And so I do a meditation that you can do anywhere because it's really a breathing. It's called the heart breath.
Nice.
And it's just bringing the awareness to the heart space and just breathing and remembering that divine love and divine light are available right now, they're always available. Coming into that, I like to put my hands over the heart just to really emphasize that, okay, I'm going into the heart, especially if I'm in my head, in this place of
Logic.
just to come back to the heart and breathing in divine love. I close my eyes, which I'm doing now. You don't have to. You can look down or look up. Breathing in divine love and divine light. And just breathing that into your heart. So with the in-breath, with the intention, asking for divine love and divine light. And with the exhale, just releasing all the non-love and non-light that's there.
Nice.
Just letting it go.
Nice.
Just with your intention.
Can you share with the viewers perhaps some sort of tip in reference to someone who may be experiencing the power of being able to channel, but they don't even realize they can? Like, what would be one of the tools, or I guess tools? What would be one of the things that they would notice that they have this gift? What would that be?
Sure. And actually, this reminds me that I'm doing a Facebook live series once or twice a month on the Times magazine page about how to develop your intuition. And so it's related. But so if, when I first started to receive these messages, I figured it was just something that was happening, and it was kind of like an aberration. It was going to go away. So if you are starting to channel something that is not, you're channeling and it's not you, recognize that as a gift. See it as a gift. Allow yourself to be receiving that, and don't doubt. Let go of the doubt and start to believe that you have the ability to channel, that you have the ability to express that and to receive that. It's really important. And just spend time. Just be willing and receptive. You can't control it. Sometimes the channeling comes when it comes. So just allowing that.
Nice.
Allowing that.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the self-doubt gets in the way, right? It's like, ooh, I can't be doing that.
Exactly.
Oh, that's for, like somebody special, or, oh, it's probably just my mind making things up. Well,
exactly.
The mind doesn't make up the greatest, wonderful things until it's really transformed. And then you'll know that it's your mind, but usually not so much.
Exactly. So I guess the best tip that we can actually leave with the viewers regarding channeling energy is to be open to anything that's possible. And we all have the ability, we all have a gift, we all have some gift that we carry, and not to cut themselves short, that we all have a gift.
Absolutely, and believe that. There's not like everybody has a gift, but not me, because I just yelled at my kid, or I've been thinking I've been in lack, I haven't been in abundance, or whatever. You still have a gift, and it may be buried inside.
Exactly.
But starting that, and for me, it was so instrumental in starting to meditate. Because meditation takes you, when you practice it enough, it takes you out of your mind in a good way.
Exactly.
You're not out of your mind, but it takes you out of your mind.
Exactly. And that's another great tip that we can leave with the viewers as well, is the key of meditation, a daily practice of meditation. Because I believe meditation actually opens us up so we can tap into the gifts that we do have. And also to channel energy. So yes. I love that. And I hope the viewers were able to write some of that down so they have that as a reminder. Otherwise, they have to come back and watch the replay. But on that note, what I like to do is I like to, as I mentioned, give you a reading in reference to a chakra balance, numerology, cosmic energy forecast reading coming from my beautiful deck. So how it works when I'm giving readings is I usually ask my guests to think about something that you would like some guidance on, and to ask a question. Like, is there a specific question you would like some guidance on at this very moment?
So, to voice the question?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, the question would be related to how can I share more of this message with the world, and I have a vision of myself like doing workshops in a bigger setting and speaking and things like that, and channeling for people live at workshops and things. But I really just don't know how it's going to happen. And I have learned to stop trying to figure it out because I wasted a lot of energy doing that, and I got pretty annoyed with myself. Really,
Yeah. Well, one of the key components as our gifts in general is it's not our responsibility to know the how. It's the universe that steps in with the how. It's just our responsibility is to set the intention and know that if this is something you're thinking about, this is something you're looking to create, knowing that this is already happening, it's just a matter of setting the intention and begin to visualize. So what we're going to do here is we're going to see what the cards have to offer you in reference to where is your next step? Where is your next step in reference to what you are doing? Where is it going? And how much bigger is it going to get? Because that's what I'm hearing. It's going to get big. And I haven't even pulled the card yet.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so here's the card. And like I just said, I heard the word big. And what I'm hearing, interesting enough for the viewers to see, the cards in reverse. So the message here is very important. And the affirmation we have is it's a new beginning. You have a new beginning coming in. There's a new door opening for you, a brand new opportunity for you that's coming in. And the chakra associated with this card is the crown chakra, which is what you were speaking on before in reference to allowing yourself to bring your heart into your crown and really connecting on a much higher level, stepping into your higher self on an even higher level than you are. Because I believe that when you channel, you're channeling from such a high level that you're not even in your body anymore. So I do believe that definitely you do have a brand new beginning coming in. And what I'm also hearing in reference to the brand new beginning, I don't know if you have anything set in motion yet, but what I am hearing is sometime between June and July of 2020, something's going to transition for you. And there's going to be some sort of, it's like I see a train moving, so what I'm getting from that is there's movement and there's travel.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, I'm seeing a train, and the train is moving, so it's not just sitting and waiting. So there's traveling going on and a lot of movement going on with what you're going to be doing come June and July. So that's like the energy that this is going to take place for you, June and July. So be prepared for that. And the number that we have associated with this is 1 and 0, which is 10. So it's all about that new beginning, but that 0 energy is actually coming from the source of your angels and also the source of a loved one. I hear that a loved one is actually going to be guiding you. And ironically, and usually I don't do this part when I'm on my show, but it's showing up. I'm hearing somebody who has crossed over in reference to their initial starting with an L. Does that resonate with you? The initial L.
My grandmother, Lily. Yeah.
Yes.
We called her Lita for short. So
yes. Yeah.
Wow.
She's actually going to be literally with you on this travel. So at any time while you are in that transition to your new opportunity and you feel stuck, she's asking you to call on her. Call on her. Now, interesting enough, again, which is weird, I don't know why this is even happening. Did she wear red?
I'm
getting a sense that she wore something red.
And she was younger, but she lived to 97. She wasn't doing a whole lot of red for the last few decades.
Maybe what the red is emphasizing is more about the fire energy. Now that I just said that, she just gave me a nod. Yes, it's fire energy, so it's really about that fire energy, meaning that it's going to be fast-paced. So it's also about grounding yourself, because the red is representing our root chakra, but it's also fire, and fire energy is movement, fast. Things are going to happen really quickly, no time for you to think about it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so she wants you to call on her just in case you get a little nervous. And start to sort of trip over yourself. She wants you to call on her and say, she's going to let you know everything's fine.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, she transitioned 10 years ago, so it's been a while.
And it's interesting because that's the number we have is 10. Yeah, very powerful number here. Powerful number of 10. Powerful. So did this answer your question? Did this resonate with you?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
That's a
Excellent.
lot. I wasn't expecting all that in June, July. Okay.
Yes,
That's great.
yes.
I
Now,
can just live my life between now and then boom.
well, yeah, well, you're actually going to be doing a lot of transitioning between now and then. So it's not just about, you're not going to be able to just sit and sort of put your feet
No,
up.
no, no.
You got to definitely move forward and move along. Now, I do have one more question for you before we do go on a commercial break. Actually, two more questions. First question is, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Okay. Where I see myself 5 years from now. Huh, interesting that I start to cough when I'm wanting to step into something so much bigger. So I just notice, little throat
Yes.
chakra going, is really to do something similar to Esther Hicks, but where she channels Abraham, but she does these workshops. She goes to different places and people come and she answers their questions. So to be answering people's questions live, to also have published 1.5 more books, at least one more book and halfway to the next one, because
Nice.
I have channeled messages for 4 books, and traveling and enjoying life, and being really healthy and fit. It's just really, really in the joy of all of it.
Nice. Now that you've set that into your intention, because that's one of the reasons why I asked that question, is it's actually voicing it into your intention. So know that because you've said it, you've voiced it into your intention, know that it's already being manifested, and know that that's going to happen. And it could happen way before 5 years from now, so it's really powerful, very powerful. So before we go to commercial break, I'd like you to share again with the viewers and audience how they can reach you.
Oh, great. So you can reach me at my website, noemigrace.com, NOEMIGRACE.com. And I actually have a free self-love ebook that you can download there. So, and you can reach me on Facebook, Noemi Grace Author, at Noemi Grace Author on Facebook.
Awesome. Awesome.
And I have a YouTube channel. So if you search on Noemi Grace and you look for the redheaded Noemi Grace, there's like 3 or 4 Noemi Graces. That's me.
Awesome. So Noemi, it was a pleasure having you here today and learning all about what you do as a channeler, as soul healing, and also the fact that, again, congratulations on your new self-published book and also contributing to the 365 series. And I'm looking forward to reading that submission once I get my book. And just again, thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me. It's really a pleasure.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to do the conclusion of today's show. We'll be right back.
Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. As an intuitive business guide, I help female service-based business owners to grow their business using their intuition, helping you to release the blocks and limits preventing your growth and allowing you to get the aligned action steps to take to grow your business. You can reach me at Sherry at SherrySimpson.com, SHERRI at SherrySimpson, SIMPSON.com. I look forward to helping you grow your business soon. Namaste.
Mindset Chi Therapy invites you to relax with Raquel for intuitive therapeutic massage, body work, and energy work. Chakra 1 therapy, essential oil classes, days off mini retreat, aura cleansing, individual and group meditation, and cacao ceremony. We welcome you. Relax with Raquel.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment on today's show. We had an awesome show Great information, great content, great guests, great energy going on. I'd like to remind you, or share with you for that matter, that I am offering a 22-day chakra balance meditation where you can receive them for 22 days for $22. That's all it is. It's $22. You will receive a video from me every single day for 22 days. The videos are about no more than 3 minutes because I understand that sometimes when we're trying to get into a meditation practice, it's a bit of a challenge. So with our chakra balance meditation video, it's going to help you focus in on one chakra per day with an affirmation and also a number. And it's really powerful, and it helps you realign your energy. My mission for the 22 days is to actually help you align one chakra each day. However, based on my previous experience with what I've been doing now, sometimes we're coming up with the same chakras because that's the chakra that needs healing. So if that should be the case, that's what it's supposed to be. So 22 days for $22. So if that's something you are interested in receiving, feel free to call me or email. Actually email at healingwithin76@gmail.com and just put in the memo 22 days of meditation, and I will go ahead and send you the PayPal link to get you started, and you can have your first video as of tonight if you turn around and reserve it this evening. Also like to make a big shout out again to the sponsors and also to Bobby for making the show happen, making things work smoothly. It's amazing. And for those of you who are interested in receiving your own readings, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And any of the services that I do offer, whether it be a personal training session, a Reiki treatment, nutrition coaching, whatever it might be, feel free to contact me. You can reach me at 646-236-9155. I'm so excited to share energy with you and help you step into being a better version of who you are as we move into 2020. Remember, in order to transform and step into being the best version of yourself, you have to be willing to do the work. That's where it starts from within. So till next time, I look forward to meeting and connecting with you next Sunday. Till then, have yourself a blessed day.